views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Gianna Delolio, and I want to welcome you all to the BronxWorks 2018 Annual Gala. Thank you so much for being here. I have the immense pleasure and honor to introduce you to Mr. Dacom Henry Ibrahim, a very special BronxWorks program participant, and he will be opening our program this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Dacom Henry Ibrahim, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to tonight's 2018 Annual Gala. I stand before you as a proud father and a Bronx community member. I made my way here from Nigeria, and as an immigrant with 2 daughters, I struggled to find my footing. BronxWorks Early Childhood Program helped my daughters, and in so doing, helped me to find my footing as well. The Carolyn McLaughlin Community Center is like a second home to me. I am immensely grateful to the support I have received from them. And I am thankful to all of you for all the commitment you have shown so far, to us and to the agency. So we have to celebrate tonight, and I am pleased to invite Lisa Evers, Fox News 5 reporter and host and executive producer of Street Soldiers on Hot 97 Fox 5. Thank you.
Hey everybody, how you feeling? All right. I love it when the Bronx takes over Manhattan. Show Park Avenue a thing or two. For real. Thank you, Mr. Henry, so much for that wonderful introduction. And thank you all for joining us for this amazing, amazing evening to support BronxWorks and their mission to feed, teach, shelter, and support the Bronx community. I'm Lisa Evers, I'm your MC for the evening. And as a New Yorker, I'm so happy and proud to be here. I was very excited when I was asked to do this because I've gotten a chance as a reporter, also as a host of Street Soldiers, a TV talk show on Fox 5, Friday nights at 10:30. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm sorry, that's a hip hop in me, you know. To see the work that they do firsthand over the years, there have been a number of issues that are key to the BronxWorks mission of supporting people from homelessness to children at risk to at-risk youth to providing all kinds of support for people who just are at a point where they've hit a wall and they need somebody there that can give them a helping hand. So just this past winter, as the NYCHA crisis, the housing crisis for 400,000, really it's more like just over 500,000 NYCHA residents was at a peak. I've been covering these stories, a lot of them in the Bronx, and I think I had a down coat on for like pretty much a couple months straight, but that was nothing compared to the people that had to live in these housing conditions with no heat, no hot water, no response, totally degrading situations for so many months. So BronxWorks, I had done stories at their facilities before, about their work before. I reached out to the BronxWorks staff and I said, listen, the residents here, a lot of women, a lot of female-headed households, a lot of people who are taking care of special needs kids, adults, elderly adults, people with disabilities, giving them that personal care that they need, they are really suffering. So BronxWorks jumped in and within a space of 48 hours said, listen, we're going to take you to the Pyramid. We got the Pyramid Community Center. Bring the town hall here. Invite everybody to come in, have a dialogue. and talk about this issue, which we did, and it was part of our continuing coverage to put the pressure on. And I'm pleased to tell you today, I was at a press conference at the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District, Jeffrey Berman, and he announced that they've reached a consent decree with Mayor de Blasio, with the City of New York, to appoint a federal monitor over NYCHA. And as he said, this is the beginning of the end of the nightmare. I'm going to stick to the script a little bit, but I had to share that good news with you because what it means is a lot of the deceptions, a lot of the mismanagement, a lot of the things that have been going on. Finally, people will get a chance to live with some human dignity. The findings from their report from the feds was unbelievable. Over 50,000 apartments had lead paint in them. There were no inspections done. 19 children confirmed with lead poisoning in the last couple of years. Really horrendous statistics. So it was BronxWorks stepping in and taking on their mission of supporting the community beyond what a lot of other organizations would do, and doing what was the right thing, to stand up on these issues where you've got a lot of other players involved, you've got a lot of pre-existing relationships. That takes courage. But it's the kind of courage that BronxWorks has demonstrated because they come from the heart and they give the people the real support that they need. Their navigation is dead on all the time, and it's always to help the people who are most in need. So tonight we're raising the glass to support the future of the borough. BronxWorks supporting, as I mentioned, over 45,000 community members. 45,000! Isn't that incredible? Each year. 11,000 of those 45,000 are under the age of 24. I just interviewed last week the school's chancellor. We have over 100,000 kids in New York City. They don't call them homeless anymore. They don't call them undomiciled anymore. They call them mobile students. Like they're mobile because they have, free Wi-Fi everywhere they go or something. But there's over 100,000 homeless kids that they have accounted for in the New York City public school system. So helping these kids early on at that stage is very, very important, and BronxWorks has a tremendous amount of support with that, even to the extent, as we've seen in some of our schools, a lot of our schools, where in order for the kids to learn, they have to give them not a free breakfast, not a free lunch, but they have to give them a free going home meal before they leave the school so that the kids can eat, and then they have to give them, through different means that these creative people work with, and creative social workers and teachers and support staff, give the kids food to take home over the weekend so that they have something to eat over the weekend. It's real. And nobody knows that better than the BronxWorks staff. So I'd like everybody from BronxWorks, please stand up right now so we can all give you a round of applause. And I know so many of you are here to support this fine organization and the work that they do, and you're here because you care about the people of New York City and care about the people in our communities. And one of the things I like about BronxWorks too is that the help, the support, the checks that you write, it goes directly to the people in need. Their facilities, every facility that they have throughout the Bronx it's in constant use. I mean, they have schedules of different programs, different services, things that they do. It's unbelievable. I learned that when we were organizing the town hall, and they're out there, the outreach is real, the support and the work is real. So if you feel inclined, which if you don't, we may hopefully make you more inclined as the evening progresses, to support, we have the wine wall right here. Okay, if I don't come back to the podium, look for me over there. Okay? where you can do your part by buying wine for charity. There's also the silent auction, which I saw a lot of people checking out. We also have some really great items, including opportunities to watch the Yankees play from the Jim Beam suite. And I think obviously some Jim Beam comes along with that, so what could be better? You can also enjoy a luncheon with author Lee Child, experience Broadway's hit The Band's Visit, and attend a taping of Late Night with Seth Meyers. We also have great original artwork, which you see over here, some of the beautiful artwork, sports memorabilia. So please stay on top of your bids. And the silent auction closes shortly and the program ends. I'd like to now turn the stage over to the chair of the BronxWorks Board of Directors, Roger Beagleman. Roger. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. That is a tough act to follow. I'm here to say thank you. So let me get right at it. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I want to thank all of you for being here with us tonight. Your support means so much to us, and especially those that benefit from our programs. I'd also like to take a minute to acknowledge the people that are on the Board of Directors. The people that are board members, could you just raise your hands for the Bronx? Thank you. Anyone here who serves on a board knows how vital this role is, and as a consequence, I want to publicly thank my colleagues on the board for all their time, dedication, and support. I'd also like to say that we're looking for a few more board members if you're interested. You know, some people who could work together to make a difference in the Bronx. So think about it. We also have a new initiative for the BronxWorks. It's the BronxWorks Leadership Council. The council will serve as our non-governing board. Kate McCann, Joe Cow, and Eric Halpern, could you guys raise your hands? I wanted you guys to be acknowledged for getting that started and getting that off the ground. Thank you very much. If any of you seriously are interested in joining either the Leadership Council or the board, please either come and see me, I'm at table 1, or Gianna, and you know, we look forward to working with you. One final thank you, that's to all the people and, you know, individuals and company sponsors. It makes a huge difference. Thank you to everybody who purchased a ticket or a table, even donated a ticket to a staff member. It's great, and we really appreciate it. I'm done. So. I get the pleasure of introducing you to the woman who really makes BronxWorks function, our Executive Director, Eileen Torres.
Hi, good evening. So like Roger, I also like to thank you for sharing your evening with us tonight. And I also, although Roger said that I'm the one who makes the organization work, that's not entirely correct. We have a whole team of staff that are just phenomenal in their jobs. And so I want to take the time to thank the staff. And I know that folks were a little shy in standing up, but if you could at least raise your hands instead and be acknowledged for the great, fantastic work that you do. So we've come quite a long way from our inception in 1972. Today we are about 36 different sites, about to add another one. So it's sort of, you know, we take one down, we add another one up. So 36 or 37. Asked us in a month, and I think we're up to 37. About 850 to 900 employees. And we serve 45,000 individuals and families. And even though we're quite different from when we first started, our mission has remained constant. So we're really here to help individuals and families improve their social and economic well-being. From toddlers to seniors, we feed, shelter, teach, and support our neighbors to build a stronger community. Tonight, by being here, you are raising funds for BronxWorks to support our programs that enrich the lives of families and children. These include our college preparation program, our after-school programs, childcare services at our shelters, internship programs for young adults, healthy eating initiatives, immigration programs, and so much more. All children deserve to have a brighter future. And speaking of a brighter future, I'm thrilled to share that recent college acceptances from BronxWorks program participants include NYU, Siena College, Bucknell University, Hunter College, John Jay, FIT, Hostos, and Bronx Community College. Wow. Because of your help, Bronx youth will have the opportunity to lead healthier lives, study harder, and know that they are truly supported. None of our work would be possible without a board and staff members who are committed to our work. I'm equally grateful to have the opportunity to partner with so many stakeholders and especially our government partners. So thank you to Councilmember Rafael Salamanca, who took the time to join us this evening. Where are you? Council member? I'm not seeing you, but you were, there you go. Okay. We are all committed to building stronger Bronx communities. I also would like to thank Lisa Evers for taking the time out of her very busy schedule. I know she mentioned running from the Lower Manhattan and making sure she got here in time, so I appreciate all that you've done for BronxWorks. And thank you for joining us this evening as well. We're also very fortunate to have Carl Banks here. So he's our special ambassador for tonight's occasion, and I know a number of you were already fortunate enough to get a photo taken. I'm sure he'll be kind enough to join us for the remainder of the evening, and you can, if you haven't already done so, meet Carl Banks. I want to congratulate and thank our honorees, Morgan Lewis, Popular Bank, and Dimitri Giannoulis. You will learn much more about this year's incredible honorees later in our program. And a very special thank you to our lead sponsor, our board member Mike Diadio and his family for their generosity. Thank you all again.
I'm excited now to welcome another friend of BronxWorks to the stage, one and only Carl Banks. Carl, as many of you know, who were taking pictures there earlier, before we decided that we're going to start charging $20 a pop. No, I'm joking. Carl played in the NFL from 1984 to 1995 for the New York Giants, Washington Redskins, and Cleveland Browns. He's known as one of the great run stoppers of his era and a standout during 2 Super Bowls. Carl played in 126 regular season games and had approximately 500 tackles. Following his football career, Carl became an analyst for radio broadcasts of the New York Giants, also joined Sirius NFL Radio and WFAN. He also launched his own clothing line, G3 Sports by Carl Banks. It's my pleasure to invite Carl to the stage. Carl.
I should take her everywhere I go. This was a great intro, man. I've had some really bad ones, but this was a great one. I am thrilled, and I'm not going to stay on script because there's just meeting everyone tonight was, it brought me back to a lot of how I developed as a young man. And I grew up in Flint, Michigan, in humble beginnings, great community services that were able to provide safe space for me and my brothers to learn different crafts, learn how to swim, learn how to read, learn how to do arithmetic, learn to get a summer job, learn to interview. All the things that I think contributed to, you know, the young man that my parents are proud of, or the young men, because both my brothers are both good citizens as well, but to have programs that do the work when sometimes school budgets don't allow. And now, I mean, if you fast forward to when I was a kid, rewind to when I was a kid to where we are now in our society as a whole, there's just not a lot of I want to say institutional support, meaning from the educational system, because budgets are cut. So you guys are doing such important work. You know, it was a given for me that I was going to go to Burston Fieldhouse to learn how to box, right? Emerson Fieldhouse to learn how to swim. But now it takes, you know, BronxWorks to really have those programs in place. And, you know, we don't know why things get cut the way they are, but I know it's important. It's important to the development of the kid that maybe you guys see every day, but when you talk about the scholarships that these kids go off to get, they come back home. And then they become part of a legacy of success. And they want other kids, and they teach other kids. And that's something that is invaluable. So I want you guys to know that you're doing such great work. I applaud you because I am one of your BronxWorks students, pupils, part of a community. I grew up, like I said, in Flint, and it was no different. We had places to go, you know, so that we didn't find trouble. We had role models, we had mentors, and I think that's very, very important in today's society, more important today than it is ever, because the stresses that are on families, and we need to make sure that we can give shelter and teach, you know, kids the right way to go, but give them safe spaces too, where they're not threatened by the pulls and the peers of the negative things that are in our society. So again, I applaud you. I'm honored to be here in your presence, and just know that looking at me and hearing that wonderful bio is something that you guys, if you haven't already heard it about some of your students, you'll be proud of some of the kids in the community. It's not just sports, it's the other stuff. It's being good citizens that makes a difference, and I think that's what's most important amongst anything we do with our youth, is to teach them to be good citizens. And then they become socialized in a lot of different areas outside of the Bronx. They're able to, I want to say, integrate with people from all walks of life, because they feel like they belong. They don't feel like they're less than, and I think that's very important. So a salute to you. Thank you so much for having me. This has been fun. Lisa, we're going to be taking pictures in the back. It's $20, right? It's 40, but it's for a good cause. Thank you, guys.
Hi, everyone. My name's Doug Tween, and I'm a member of the BronxWorks Board of Directors. I want to thank Carl for his very inspiring words and for being here with us this evening, although going off script for a minute. As a lifelong Jets fan, it is really painful once again to be following the Giants. All I can say is, thank goodness they didn't ask me to speak last year and follow the Yankees, because as a Mets fan, that would have been unbearable. So I joined the BronxWorks Board a few years ago at the suggestion of my friend Tom Watson. And Tom, I know many of you know, is our head of development on the board, and somebody who is really, really active and contributes so much to the organization. And Tom suggested I join, and when I learned about the organization, I was really kind of blown away by it and felt that this was an organization that I could really get behind. It's doing good in my own backyard. It's really serving such a broad array of the community, everything from 2-year-olds to 102-year-olds. And that was something I felt I could really get behind and, make a meaningful contribution and maybe have a small impact on some of the lives that this great organization touches. And, to be honest, frankly, my involvement with the organization has really had a tremendous impact on me. And I would I'm really excited to be part of an organization that lifts lives and does such good work, to, what is it, teach, feed, support, and something else. Thank you, shelter. I really hope your experience here tonight will, inspire you all in some way to help BronxWorks to, achieve its mission and to, in some way, contribute to the BronxWorks experience. And as Roger mentioned, we are looking for board members and for members of the Leadership Council. And so I really encourage people to think about that, because you can really contribute a lot to the organization, and I think you'd be surprised how much you get out of it as well. Thanks.
I just feel like in the Bronx, you gotta be a little tough to be out here, because it's not easy. It's not always that easy. There's gangs, there's violence. Sometimes it's kind of hard to go outside.
The Bronx is kind of like, it's not very safe out here, so you have to like watch your back and watch where you're going. Try not to walk alone in some places.
Being from the Bronx, walking past this area right here every single day, you think like, oh, what's this about? What's in there? What can I find out? What's there to benefit my life?
BronxWorks program who helped me a lot. It just changed me, who I am as a person. It changed my mindset. It didn't make me want to, go down the wrong path. It made me want to change my life for the better.
But as I got to know everybody, they were supporting. Like, I wasn't alone. I didn't feel alone. I didn't feel like I was going through anything alone. If I didn't have these people here, I would have been still in the streets. I would have been doing things that I'm not supposed to be doing.
So it's a good thing that BronxWorks is here, to say, oh, it's okay who you are. You can be who you are. You don't have to change for anyone else. Be who you are. Be yourself.
BronxWorks is it's like a haven. It's a safe haven. It's a place where you can grow, where you can mature. They give you opportunities for work. You learn things about even sustaining a job that not a lot of people know.
Tons of trips that you can go on to colleges that you might want to go to in the future.
BronxWorks has helped me express myself and has helped my personality come out.
It's like no matter what I went through, whenever I came back to BronxWorks, I was always okay.
I'm a board member for BronxWorks because I grew up in the Bronx. I have a unique understanding, having grown up there, what the challenges that kids and young adults there face. The Bronx is one of the places with the greatest need, and therefore it's also one of the places for the greatest growth and the biggest opportunity to make a difference.
BronxWorks is the center that provides the HIPIA program for the entire community. On a daily basis, you have to have a certain amount of time that you spend with your kids. So their responsibility is to ensure that this is being carried out. I now realize that the importance of the presence of a male caregiver, a father figure, in the life of a child. That really changed the entire thinking. BronxWorks virtually has done everything for me, because I am new here in the country, so finding my footing is not very easy. It's not very easy. So if I were to pay for all the services that I was getting from BronxWorks, I never would be able to afford it. Never. And that means that my kids would never be able to afford the amount of books that they have, the kind of activities that they are involved in BronxWorks. I don't know who the donors are. I don't know where the funding comes from, but whoever, all I can say is God bless them. They have no idea how much they are impacting people out there. And I am a living example because I have been positively impacted.
The truth is, the future of the Bronx depends on all of us.
By redefining the opportunity equation, BronxWorks is helping to build the leaders of tomorrow. But we can't do it alone. We depend on support from you. Donate to BronxWorks today and help us prove that success is within reach for all our neighbors.
I would like to genuinely thank you for investing in the youth and helping ensure that young people find their passions, reach for their dreams, and achieve their unique potential.
Join us, build great futures for the Bronx, and then come visit and see the impact you're having.
Thank you. My name is Austin Perez. I'm one of the BronxWorks board members. For over 45 years, BronxWorks has been an instrumental organization in making sure that families and individuals receive the support they need to thrive, that children receive their full potential for a bright, rich future, that seniors remain in their homes, and that immigrants can become English language learners in a supportive environment. I'm a proud Bronx boy, born and raised to Dominican immigrants, and I still live there today. The people of the Bronx are tremendously resilient, hardworking, ambitious, many of them recent immigrants like Mr. Henry. Of course, they also face many significant challenges. Just a stone throws away from here, less than 20 miles from the global financial center that is Wall Street, is also the poorest congressional district in the US. Like Mr. Banks was explaining, and I will call him Mr. Banks because I've seen the highlight reels and stood next to him. That means that there's less money to go around for places for kids to go to engage in recreational activities, academic enrichment. It makes everything harder. I attended a talk recently, it's by Father Gregory Boyle, just to give him proper attribution. And he was talking about a theme of kinship that really stuck with me. The idea is that just like Manhattan and the Bronx, there seems to be one inner circle, then there's a bit of the outside of the circle. Those of us who are more fortunate, we should go stand with those outside the circle. Thereby, we widen the circle, and there's less people outside the circle. And not necessarily to go there and change people, but to stand with them as they change themselves, as Mr. Banks was describing. I am proud to be a member of BronxWorks Board of Directors because that is what this agency does every single day. They stand with those people and help them build a stronger future for the community. And I'm honored to serve on this board. As Mr. Bigelman was saying, they amaze me every day with their commitment to this cause. I know that I am part of the movement to build a stronger Bronx and a stronger community, and I feel that I get as much from my participation as the program participants. Of course, none of this is possible without all of you. Tonight, you have the opportunity to also stand with the people of the Bronx by helping provide much-needed funding to BronxWorks so that they can continue to respond to the needs of the Bronx, especially the children and youth, and support them as they build toward tomorrow. Every bit helps widen that circle. Don't give until it hurts, give until it feels good. Thank you. Oh, and to tell you how to do that, I'm bringing up Alex Soto, from one of the BronxWorks staff.
Testing. It works. Yes. So, thank you, Asherman, for your kind words and talking to us about your experience as a board member and as a Bronx native, fellow Dominican. Yep. So, we're everywhere. So, we're like snipers. So, why don't you grab one of these? So, My name is Alexander Soto. You can call me Alex. I'm the training coordinator for BronxWorks. My job is to make sure that our staff are receiving quality trainings and also that they stay in compliance, which means I have to chase a lot of people down, which is not always good, but today is a great night because I've been giving the opportunity to encourage all of you to give a little bit more. Even though you've already given so much by being here, and we appreciate you being here today, but we asked today, after seeing that amazing video, I normally don't like to see it because I like to feel the emotions as I'm watching the video, and I get a little teary because I am also no, this is for real. I'm also a client from BronxWorks. I graduated December of 2001, right after the towers fell. And I reached to BronxWorks to help me get a job. And they helped me get a job at a bank. And then they dragged me out of the bank back into BronxWorks. So that means that I've been here for 15 years. I've had the opportunity to leave, but I don't, because to me, the value that I can give to other people and train and help is what enriches my life. So what we're asking you to do is, on your tables, you have these pledge cards. You can donate one of three ways. So you have these pledge cards, which are very easy to fill. I see that it requires a name, and I'm sure you know that. Your address, so that when you get out of here, you know where to go. And then right above that, there are a couple of pledge amounts. We also have the website, which is if you take out your smartphones, and we also have a few staff. Can I see the staff that have the tablets around? If you wish to have one of those tablets in order to make a donation, you can do that. So you can go over to crowdrise.com/BronxWorks Gala. And you can also ask one of our team members here that can assist with that. So I know today we have a couple of pledge cards, and it starts at, you got to think about, and also in the middle of your tables, everybody has those papers that have different types of amounts. If you look at those amounts, that's the kind of work and that's the kind of thing that we can deliver by your pledges. We're looking for people to look deep inside and probably give up Starbucks for a year, so that you can contribute to the community that I love so much, that I moved into when I migrated into the United States, and I was learning English, and I was taking after-school classes and ESL classes all in the Bronx. This is why I graduated from college. Even though I was offered a job somewhere else, I went to my neighborhood. I went to the Bronx because I want to make sure that they receive the quality and the love that I have to give, and we're asking you to give some of that love tonight. How? Filling out one of these cards. There you go.
Yeah, or your phone.
There you go. Or your phone and all of that. So, tonight, we'd like to ask, anyone can start with a $5,000 donation?
5. Come on now. Widen the circle.
Any donation matters, but we want you to look into your hearts, and we want you to see the effect and the impact that your donations have. $5,000, $4,000 donations tonight. All that work that we do goes to help every single community member, and it goes to help the children at our after-school programs and our hippie programs. It also goes to help and feed, shelter, teach, and support. Our cooks prepare over 600 meals a day that are delivered to our shelters in which they receive meals, and it's 900 Barretto. If you have an opportunity to go, I do the BronxWorks tour for our staff, and I love to take them to the living room. This is a walk-in shelter. People who are in the streets can be picked up by our van. They're dropped off there. They can have a hot meal. They can take a shower. They can have a place where they can sleep. When it's below 30 degrees, when it's above 90 degrees, they have a place to go. So we're asking you tonight to give a little bit more. $3,000 can help us get a long way. Ken?
All right.
Thank you, Israel.
Oh, thank you. Anybody else for 3?
Oh.
We have
Was
4.
That? Ken, hold on. Hold on, Ken.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, Ken.
We received a $4,000 gift from an anonymous donor. Thank you, Anonymous.
Anonymous, thank you. If you have completed this card, please raise your hand so one of our staff can pick it up. And remember, the website is crowdrise.com/BronxWorks Gala. There is internet. If you don't have internet here, my phone works great.
Stop lying.
Listen, it's Sprint, but it's good.
Oh,
Trust, they've upgraded the network.
I'm loyal.
It's only 1% of the competition.
Been with them forever,
and I
1999.
save some money.
Rode out the bad times.
Yes. So thank you to all our sponsors who are here tonight. All of you who've purchased the table, who've come individually, who've come as a guest. We ask that you give a little bit more. So keep going into your websites, completing these forms. And if you have completed it, we ask that you raise your hand and one of our staff member will come by and pick it up. Yes, Connie. Okay,
Great.
$2,500, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else with 2,500?
Oh, and we have graphics. I love graphics. Yes, so I guess that it's coming up, and so we have $2,500 by Judith. Catherine Gray, we have 500. Yes, so our number, it keeps going up. Yes. Table number 7, we have a gift. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
There are a lot of great giving people here today. A lot. And you're looking at me and smiling because you're one of those. So, as we mentioned, $500. So you have these on your table too, right? Just look at the impact that you can have with $50, with $100, with $150. Any amount donation that you can give tonight has a great impact for the community.
These, every day, there are people that go to BronxWorks every single day. Kids, after school, that is their safe space. That's where they go so that they don't have to go home or stay on the street. Everything you donate goes towards that. There they find friendly faces, people that help them. Just dig deep if you can, please. So what are we at, 25? 25?
Okay, so what we're going to do is that ticker is going to keep going all night, and I'm going to be here all night.
We'll
My
be making
boss
table
is
visits
somewhere
soon.
here, and yeah, there she is on the silent auction. Also, please walk around to the silent auction items. There are a lot of great items tonight for a great price, and every single dollar that you give will go for a great cause, so we ask that you do that. So far, we have $14,000, $125. So, oh, yes.
You need a tablet?
Yeah. $1,500. Thank you. You know, the more you give, the more I smile. Con Edison for how much? Thank you so much, Con Edison.
Yeah, that's
It's gonna keep going. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna have to this is gonna hurt all night, but it's worth it, completely worth it. So I want to thank you all today on behalf of all our staff who are here today, our participants. I train both our staff and I also work with a lot of our participants out there. So I love doing that kind of work. So we're going to come back in a few minutes to kind of give you an update on how the numbers are going. And we're going to have a few honoree presentations today.
I think Lisa's next.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have Janice Hart.
There
you go.
Thank you, Alex, for kicking off the call to action. Thank you, Osterman, for helping him. And thank you all for your pledges. Good evening. I am Janice Hart, and I am the Vice Chair of BronxWorks. I am thrilled to announce the part of the evening where we recognize and thank this year's honorees. So to present the award for our first honoree, here is Eileen Torres and Erica Coleman, our General Counsel.
Hi, everyone. I think you've already heard enough from me, so I'm going to hand this over to Erica, who's first day back to work, so we're so happy to have Erica back today.
Hi, good evening. I'm honored to present our first award to Morgan Lewis and Bacchius. For more than 7 years, BronxWorks has had the privilege of working with Morgan Lewis as a pro bono client. The firm has provided thousands of dollars worth of pro bono counsel to BronxWorks in areas such as personnel policies, hiring, and workforce management issues. The partnership that exists between BronxWorks and Morgan Lewis is invaluable to BronxWorks, our staff, and the communities we serve. Accepting on behalf of the firm is Ira Rosenstein, partner, who is a friend and close ally to BronxWorks. On behalf of all of us at BronxWorks Ira, I'm pleased to present this award to Morgan Lewis for its service to our organization and our community.
Here she comes. But you should speak. Yeah, say a few words. There you go.
Thank you very much. It's always a great privilege to do all the work that we get to do for BronxWorks. It's an honor and really a blessing for us to be able to have the opportunity to help BronxWorks with all they do. I speak on behalf of my colleagues at Morgan Lewis. Dozens of us have worked for BronxWorks and really helped in our small way to do the work that you all do. So thank you very much for this.
Hello, everyone. I'm Connie Clayman. I'm the CFO of BronxWorks, and thank you. And congratulations again to Morgan Lewis, and thank you for always taking my calls when I call. Our next honoree is Popular Bank, a long-standing partner of BronxWorks. Popular Bank. Popular Bank is the American branch of Banco Popular, which has operated in Puerto Rico for over 100 years, serving customers in New York, New Jersey, and South Florida. Popular Bank is committed to strengthening the social and economic well-being of the communities it serves. Through its employee-funded foundation, Popular Bank has provided generous support to the agency's employment programs and college guidance center. Popular Bank has also supported BronxWorks program participants with clothing drives for professional attire, food drives, and school supplies. Our work has included providing financial literacy to many of our program participants, and Popular Bank has been a strong supporter of BronxWorks in this area. The bank has provided funding and staff in support of this effort, as well as being an ongoing advocate for BronxWorks and its mission. So Paul Mack, Regional Executive, we are pleased to present this award to you on behalf of Popular Bank.
Good evening. Thank you so much for the award. Popular Bank has been in the Bronx for 60 years, and we hope to be around for many more to be in partnership with BronxWorks. To the folks at BronxWorks, the board, the employees, you guys do a tremendous job, and you make a difference each and every day. So thank you.
I know it's a long program. We have one very important honoree as well. So I just asked Scott Allwater if he can join me up here, please.
Good evening, everybody. It is my, first of all, thank you, Connie, and congratulations, Popular Bank. It is my great pleasure to present this well-deserved award to Dimitri Janelius, founder and chief executive officer of Spring Bank. Dimitri is a supporter and friend of BronxWorks. Spring Bank is a United States Treasury certified community development financial institution and New York State's first B Corp bank. Since it was founded 10 years ago, Spring Bank has been designing and developing banking products and services to meet the needs of underserved consumers and small businesses overlooked by mainstream financial institutions. Spring Bank has been a key partner to BronxWorks and an asset to the community. Dimitri has participated in BronxWorks program committee meetings alongside our board members. Spring Bank has also helped our employees and clients, including people who have been chronically homeless, establish bank accounts and repair credit. Spring Bank also provides valuable banking services to other organizations like BronxWorks throughout the city. BronxWorks is privileged to know and work with Dimitri and grateful for a long-standing relationship. For his work developing a stronger Bronx community, I'm honored to present this award to Dimitri and Spring Bank. Thank you. And he's a great guy. He's an absolutely wonderful guy.
Thank you very much. I'm honored, truly, to receive this. It feels somewhat not right for an organization as wonderful and important as BronxWorks to give me an honor. It should be me that's honoring you guys, but thank you. And in particular to receive it from Scott, who I consider a good friend. And, you know, I learn from every day. And, you know, we go to lunch every now and again at Sal's on 167th, and I feel every time I sit with Scott, I get educated and I learn about the world, and helps me do better, both at the bank and as a citizen. So thank you for that. And Eileen, thank you for running a wonderful, wonderful organization. We're honored to work with you in every way that we do, and I look forward to doing it for many, many more years. So thank you.
So Lisa's going to join us. I know everyone wants dessert and coffee, and you want to check on your silent auction bid. So Lisa.
So I want to say congratulations again to all of our honorees. And I think you've seen just from the people that have been up here from BronxWorks, as well as the people that have been involved in supporting BronxWorks, that this is a very special community with a network of caring organizations and businesses that truly have an interest in supporting the people who live, work, and raise their families right here in the Bronx. We're going to give you all a little bit of a break.
Look at the number again.
And let's take a look at the number. Alex, ayúdame.
16, well, $16,000, $44,000.
Wow.
We also have a very special donation from Joan, one of our board members, for $1,000. Thank you so much. And I had a little angel whisper to me that they're going to work on something great that should be here soon. So that's going to be up there soon, hopefully. But we're going to come back soon. So please keep donating. We need that money, folks. We got gas to pay, bills to pay. Even though Con Edison gave us a very nice check, we still got to give it right back. But it's something, and we really appreciate it. Whether it's $25, $50, $10, $5, everything you give is really appreciated. And we thank you so much for coming in tonight. Number keeps going up. I just keep I don't care. I get a neck cramp just looking up. So thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you.
When I was in high school, I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home, and that's hard when you feel like you're doing it alone. That's when I met an artist, my mom, as I'll call her. She started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but your future is more important. She's my strength. Just being a support for those hard days and those hard nights, not giving up on me.
Thank you to my mama. I wouldn't have did this if it wasn't for her. Today is for my mama and everybody who had my back.
It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. Some people think, well, maybe it's really not that big of a deal, but it really is. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.